Weekly, Euthanizing News.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us in yet another scintillating edition of your favorite online television program, Youth Weekly on Youth TV Africa, bringing to you a highlight of news-making headlines in the week, uniquely in the language and perspective of young people. My name is Hyelda and
And my name is Success Ekpenyong. Here are some of the news that made headlines during the course of the week. Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics suspends strike.
On a similar but contrary note, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, vows to continue strike until government implements 2009 agreement.
Court summons Jonathan to testify against leadership journalists.
Rivers crisis can lead to revolution. Deputy Speaker.
Al-Mustafa to retire as a major.
NYSC Batch B celebrates 2013 Cultural Festival in Abuja.
Oristejafor, Utomi advises Nigerians to avoid shortcuts.
Jerry Ghana orients youth on leadership.
And on the foreign scene, former UK Prime Minister Gordon Brown to visit Nigeria on education.
In sports this week, Brazilians want Nigeria at the 2014 World Cup. Well, these are some of the issues that made headlines in the news this week. Join us shortly as we engage in more insightful discussions momentarily. Don't go away.
Youth Weekly, Euthanizing News.
We are part of the solution.
We bring you youth perspective on issues. Youths have a voice.
We have a story to tell.
Youth Weekly, Euthanizing News.
It's still Youth Weekly and you're welcome back to our discussion segment. Here usually we take some of the headlines that were quite boiling, and I'm very certain that today you'll have an inspiring and exciting time in the studio with us. Elder is still here. Elder, today we're going to be talking about Oristejafor and Utomi's comment. You know, they're advising Nigerians to stay off shortcuts, and to what extent and to what it has actually landed us into.
Yeah.
This nation and the entire Africa, all right, needs to begin to concentrate on these things these two men have said. And that's what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Now, I've tried to make it a bit okay for us. We're going to look at 4 aspects of this so that, you know, holistically, look at the causes, the scenarios, the solutions, and the impact of these shortcuts. I think if young people can actually get this straight, progress have started.
Yes, because I believe, especially when you talk about shortcuts, it impacts more on the young people, the younger generation, more than the elderly. Because, of course, if we start, you know, looking out for shortcuts as young people, then how is the future going to look like? You know, the future is going to be bleak if that is the way we choose to actually follow or take on life, rather.
Now, what are these scenarios that that young people actually engage shortcuts? Because we are focusing on young people here.
Well, if you talk about young people, I believe where you will find them the most is in schools.
Yeah.
You know, and when you go to schools, you write exams. And so one of the ways I feel young people engage or look out for shortcuts is during exams in malpractices, examination malpractice.
That's true.
Now, gone were the days where every student had a seat to himself, and then you can even leave the exam hall and trust that the student is simply engaged in writing the exams.
Yeah.
They need something extra. They no longer can depend on their minds and the product of their memory to actually successfully write an exam and pass.
These days we need police force.
I think we need CCTV
examination
security cameras right now in our examination hall.
This is amazing.
The problem is it's a system. You know, examination malpractice has become a system. The principal supports it, the teachers are part of it, and then the students are simply a byproduct of it.
You know, so we don't have to read from the beginning of the term
to
the end of the term.
Yes.
Stop wasting your time. Let's just, you know,
let's just pay off the
you can even carry a textbook into the examination hall.
So that's just one way. Okay, and then there are other systems that have actually imbibed the culture of shortcuts. You know, due process is being circumvented on a daily basis. When you go to get your driver's license, a lot of young people have driver's license, they cannot drive. Right?
They cannot defend.
Yes. People have certificates. They cannot defend.
That's true.
Right? As long as I can buy it, I can have it. I don't have to go through the process.
How about people sleeping with their bosses to get a job?
That is just one of the aspects, you know.
Okay. How about people running out of Nigeria for greener pastures. Because is that shortcut?
You don't want to tempt me into
is that shortcut? No,
about that.
I'm going out there to get something you're trying to get here faster.
Nigeria has failed, Africa has failed, so I would simply run out and see if there's a greener pasture out there. So these are just one out of so many.
But I think this particular one is serious, where young people just relax and want the government to do everything.
Okay. That's what I call the entitlement mentality. Okay. We feel we are entitled to everything life has to offer, and the government is supposed to give us
give us the stuff.
To give us good education.
So shortcut, the government is going to provide it.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we circumvent all the laws in order to get it because we believe it's ours and we can take it whenever we want to.
All right.
Right?
Now, Elder, let's move to the next one now.
Okay.
The causes of these things. Because this is an effect of a cause.
Yes.
All right. So what could be the causes of these things?
Well, if you ask me, we go back to the very beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, the roots of society begins in family.
Right.
All right. We get our earliest, orientation about right and wrong.
Yeah.
From the prohibitions and permissions we get from our
caregivers.
caregivers.
Yeah, caregivers.
Right? So if over time a certain culture is not being prohibited, you are given a silent permission for that thing to continue. All right. So I feel over time our parents have simply overlooked, the discipline of actually building character into their children.
Yeah.
And we're simply being overwhelmed by the concern for their welfare, especially after graduation. It hurts any parent to see their graduated child still depending on them, right?
Yeah.
So, but that does not also mean we just overlook every, rules in the book and just be concerned
about the outputs,
how they get the job, how they get money to come and relieve us from all the years of investment. I think that is where it actually began.
Yeah.
And we began to simply emphasize you must get a job, you must get money. It doesn't matter how
you got it.
So that there's no longer emphasis on the character of who this person becomes or his reputation.
That's true. That's true.
I feel that is where the genesis of all of this began.
I also feel that failure of governance is part of this, because if the government ain't putting certain things in place that should checkmate some of these excesses of the public and society, these things will naturally happen.
Okay.
All right, we talked about examination malpractice. If there are no proper systems to check it, it will naturally take its place. Another thing is the issue of too much bureaucracy.
All right. Yes, I agree.
Right?
Yes.
Too much bureaucracy.
Protocol, I suppose, was meant to organize a system.
Yes.
But now
not weary people.
Impediment to success. To national development.
Yes. You want to travel. You want to apply for an international passport. It takes you 3 months, 4 months to get one. You want to get a national ID card. Somebody just told me recently she can't apply for something because she can't get a national ID card.
Maybe it has taken 6 months or more.
These are some of the things why these people are it's natural to go into shortcuts.
Of course.
You get? So, but let's look at the impact it is having. Young people are 60% of the Nigerian population.
Yes.
We expect that they should not be taking too much of shortcuts. All right? Some shortcuts could just come in to solve certain problems, but it should not be our attitude to look for short ways of dealing with issues that...
I can tell you for a fact that, for one, all right, the people who engage in these means actually find a temporary feeling of satisfaction, right? Okay, you didn't go through all the hell in order to get this done.
So the hell will still come anyway.
It will come eventually.
Yeah.
Now, but the impact is this. By circumventing the natural process or the natural order of things, we also miss out on the consequence of being able to establish discipline in pursuing a certain course.
Even the knowledge generated or accumulated during the process itself, you avoid it.
Naturally, someone who engages in malpractice, that person will miss out on the knowledge he was meant to acquire if he had followed the process of reading and actually learning from that stuff.
All right, we're going to get running because, so many people are in jail. Many people have lost their lives because of shortcuts, all right?
What strikes me the most about the impact of taking shortcut success is this. It kills our creativity and our sense of innovation.
That's right.
We cannot put our mind to be able to think
productive
of solutions
use
when we can go through the shortcut, when we can take the easy way out, when we can apply the quick fixes. We cannot take the time to actually bring about a new idea and innovation. And that's why I think the third world is still third world.
I'm glad you were able to keep up with us throughout this discussion. We're so glad that finally you understand that you are very, very important on this planet. very important on this continent. We'd like you to know that your difference is needed. Your contribution is necessary now in the continent of Africa. We'd like you to follow us at our Twitter angle, drop your comments as regards some of these issues, share your experience with us on Facebook, all right? Tell us what you think. The world needs to hear your own personal example that you're showing out there. Also, over the weekend, our crew were at the NYSC camp during their cultural day to engage with these young people that have gathered themselves from different parts of this country to go outside after a while to make a difference and impact in their society. It was quite interesting what happened there, and I'm sure you're going to have a fantastic time hearing what these guys had to say and what they intend to do. All right, join us at the orientation camp.
Alright, hello, we are live here at the MCT Orientation Camp here in Abuja, Nigeria, where the NYSC Batch B 2013 Cultural Festival is actually happening live and direct, as you can see. I'm dressed in my own regalia. I don't know where you're going to place me. It doesn't matter. I'm Hausa, I'm Yoruba, and I'm Igbo. I'm just basically Nigeria. Every platoon here is showcasing the richness and the cultural diversity we have in the nation. And the platoons have been dancing to the tune of different cultural music. And we're going to show you different sides of this program. There have been competitions, there have been drills by the man o' war, by the core member representation. And it's just wonderful. It's just live. It's filled with fun in just a way and uniquely in the, in the spirit of youth. And so I want you to keep watching, and we'll be back with you to fill you in on all the other gist that's going on right here in the NYSC orientation camp here in Abuja. So keep watching.
We have a very small token on behalf of these lads you saw here, and the camp officials, and the NYSC family. We have a small present we just want to present to you, that each time you look at it, you remember this memorable day. So on behalf of the NYSC family, I wish to present this to you.
right, hello.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, can you tell us your name and where you're coming from?
I'm Jennifer Nkemokerike, a graduate of banking and finance in Nnamdi Azikiwe University.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what can you tell us about your experience this past 21 days?
It's been really, really interesting. It's been stressful the first few weeks, but now it's been interesting, all the activities. It's been nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what are your aspirations for the remainder of the service year?
I'm hoping it's going to be a productive year.
Okay.
Yeah, so looking up to a good future. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, hello, sir.
Hello.
Obviously, I should address you as Nai.
Yeah, Igwe actually.
Igwe.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name and where you coming from?
My name is Ibe Chibueze Henry, and I'm from Imo State.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can see you are actually dressed very elaborately.
Yeah.
Can you tell us which part of the country you're representing?
I'm representing the Igbo tribe and the Igwe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's very nice. What can you tell us about your experience on camp these past 3 weeks?
Well, my experience on camp has really been, well, I think it's just a platform to learn.
Okay.
I've learned a lot, you know, staying with people, doing some things you're not used to, like waking up early, pushing yourself too hard, trying new challenges, trying to be the best, and, you know, generally meeting people, you know, is a very good part of it as well.
Well, I hope it sets the tone for a very good service here.
Yeah, because we are, you know, making friends in anticipation for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, and we hope that with the friends we have here, we can actually network even outside the camp.
Okay. Okay. What can you tell us about your aspirations for the remainder of the service here?
Well, for the remainder of the service here, I hope to, you know, try and put up a project that will add value to the Nigerian society and the youth specifically, because we all are youths and we aspire for a positive change. So I believe that the remainder of my service here will be to serve the country in a very unique way, actually adding value to the life of the youth.
All right, I'm standing right here with Miss NYSC for the 2013-2014 Batch B Corp members. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, can you tell us about yourself, your name, your discipline, and where you're coming from?
Okay, my name is Ogenekaru Ayamagwashe. I'm from Delta State. I studied business administration, graduated from the University of Benin, and I'm here currently serving in Abuja.
Wow, wonderful. Business admin and beauty queen. How do you feel about your new status as
I'm very excited. I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. I'm honored to have this post as the Miss NYSC Batch B 2013. I had to face my fears and it was quite a challenge for me, but I'm happy I came up with the prize.
Yeah, I'm happy for you too. So how does your new status impact the rest of the service year? And what are your aspirations for the remainder of the service year?
Yeah, it has really changed me a lot because I really don't have those fears I used to have, like stage fright and shying away from things, looking at people, like talking now, like I'm doing. Okay. So I'm really more confident, so it has changed me a lot. And I've learned to appreciate myself better. It has boosted my self-confidence.
Sure.
And it has brought me closer to a lot of people, and I've made new friends, much friends, and I'm so glad. It has made me more popular.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, so I'm very glad. I'm very happy, and my aspirations. I hope to go further. To go further. I hope to run an NGO because I am very passionate about children, kids. Yeah, so I hope to work on something like that in the future. So basically, those are everything I've got to offer, and I'll definitely follow the motto of NYSC, service and humility, always, anywhere, anytime, any day, any country.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm portraying here is representing the Edo State.
Okay.
South.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about your experience on camp these 3 weeks?
Well, my experience on camp these 3 weeks, I've experienced a lot of things. The fun, the leadership training.
Yes.
You know, as a youth, we all went through some training which we will help us in the near future to be self-reliant. We should not just focus on the white-collar job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Call Hyelda for me. Put this in for back. Give me. Call Hyelda for me.
Well, you have it, you've seen it all, and it's just been fun out here on the NYSC orientation camp. And we've seen a lot of cultural display. You've seen a lot of regalia showcasing the richness in our cultural diversity. And it's been a lot of fun actually. And we're hoping that Nigeria is going to see this and it will serve as an inspiration to invest in young people, because the spirit of youth is actually the spirit of development. And that is what we have for you on this package of this youth, of this week's edition of Youth Weekly. Keep watching, the program continues.
It's born and beautiful, it's winning. Mr. Macho, you're blessed amongst women. Go down low.
She got it back, she too back.
This song is heavily powered by Miss Bold.
Powered strictly by Miss Bold and beautiful.
Wow, did you see that? Eda, you know, your level has gone up, and I didn't know you could manifest even like that.
Well, I'm still trying to perfect the art of my Azunto, you know. Still working on it.
No, but it's very interesting that at least, you know, occasionally young people have a platform to express our culture in a unanimous manner, without Boko Haram incident, without fear and all that.
No, the energy in that environment was actually quite palpable. You could just feel the potential that was present on that field. And you know, there's this say that two men walked across the seashore. One saw, you know, dirt, while the other saw the raw material for building a castle. You know, someone would see this population of young people and say, wow, serious liability, now where are they going to get jobs? But some other person can see potential in these people and will be able to channel them productively. And we hope that that will be the mindset of the government towards these young people.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Man, NYSC guys, go out and make a difference.
Well, that is actually all we can take on this edition of Youth Weekly, and we are hoping you keep a date with us same time next week on this same station, and we'll hope to bring you more exciting news lines and news catchy headlines next week. Join us.